If you couldn't tell, I absolutely adore anime. I love the stories, I love the characters, and I love the feelings that the medium has evoked in me. And I also love the plot. No, not that one! Gross. That one. There's no denying that anime has had a profound effect on me, my life, and my decisions. By that, I don't mean I shut everyone off to just watch anime all day. It's not like I've ever done that. Stay up all night instead of studying, just watching anime. Yeah, I haven't done that at all. No. Shut up. I'm talking about storytelling here. I've always loved stories. It's why my old channel name was Noah Stories. They're an escape, a way to relax and immerse yourself in another world. But they're also a way to understand yourself better.
Oh, he just like me. He just like me, for real.
Stories are what connect us as a society, what allows us to pass on knowledge or empathize with one another better. We've told them since we were around the campfire, and we will be telling them even when we fall prey to the AI apocalypse.
He turned himself into a pickle, Stanley. A pickle? It was without a doubt the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Honestly, if teachers better implemented storytelling into their classes, they get you to learn so much more. And the teachers that do, those are the greats.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
You may not care about memorizing names and dates, but if you have a story about Emperor Karl I, how he beat adversity to rise to his position, when you have that human element to it, that's when you start caring. That's when you start to learn. There's just something fundamentally human about wanting to tell stories. Since I was a kid, I would come up with all this stuff, these vast universes, these stories, be it while playing Lego or while just talking to people. It cemented my desire for wanting to be a writer. And throughout my life, the types of stories that I've enjoyed the most were animated. Animation is limitless, allowing you to put whatever strange idea you may have into this inconceivable world in a way that live action just can't. So, cartoons? They fascinated me. But as I've grown older, that fascination has only grown. I still love cartoons and animation a lot. Most, if not all of my favorite shows are animated. And the fact that I am before you today proves that. Just seeing the beautiful art moving around gets me to pay so much more attention to the details on the screen and ignore my phone.
Hey, pay attention. The world is ending in 5 days unless you buy the new iPhone 97. You also got a message from your mother telling you to have a nice day.
The thing is, as I've grown up, I've also wanted more serialized stories. Stories that weren't just one-off adventures, but weaved together into a more cohesive narrative with cool characters I could relate with. And while more and more of these shows keep coming out, like Pantheon, a lot of them are also unceremoniously cancelled after a season or two, like Pantheon. But hey, at least it came back for another season, and oh my god, you simply must watch Pantheon. After being trapped by AMC for a while and only being available in Australia for some reason, it's finally releasing worldwide on Netflix, so go watch and give it the love it deserves. It's this great show about artificial intelligence and uploading human minds to the computer. It's just fantastically written and animated. You have to watch it. Shows like this prove my point and showcase the potential of animation, but while it feels like we have a lot of options nowadays, back in my day, there weren't that many. Worse, I'd already watched or even rewatched most of them. What was I to do? I got into anime, that's what. Now, rejoice, dear viewer, as I spin you the tale of how my journey down the path of the weeb began. The year was 2017, and I was extremely into superheroes. Still am, just to a lesser extent. I had a friend, let's call him Lightning, who knew this, and he kept recommending me this show called Boku no Hero Academia. Something like that. Now, Every time he recommended me the show, I said, no thank you, I'm not watching that. You know, like an idiot. But eventually, I gave in and decided to watch it. And just like that, I had already finished the show. This great 2-season experience was over. So what did I do? I watched it again! And again, and again, and again. Unaware of the world I had just scratched the surface of. Soon, Lightning told me of this thing called other shows in manga. I know! Unheard of! What were these fascinating new things? And so, my journey into the world of anime down this vast rabbit hole began in earnest. I read and obsessed over the My Hero Academia manga, a series that 6 years later, I have followed to its completion. Not the best ending in the world, but it gets a passing mark. Endings are always the hardest part of a story to pull off. And I'm going to talk about this one, so be warned. Spoilers ahead. Personally, I would have liked an acknowledgement of the Uraraka-Deku relationship and have Deku continue being a hero with the tech earlier on than just the final panel. Even if he decides to just use the stuff as a teacher. Like, that would be fine. It would just tie in way better to the everyone can be a hero if they try thing that the show had going on. But I do like the parallelisms towards the end. Personally, I think that the My Hero world has so much more to offer beyond what Deku is up to in his first year of high school, and wish the manga or even the movies had delved into it. I mean, the first one scratched the surface with the All Might stuff, but that's all it did. Scratch! After that, it became all about the other adventures that Class 1A went on in the same year! That's why I really like the Vigilantees manga, with it maybe even surpassing the main series. I just really like Koichi as a protagonist, as he struggles way more than Deku to make a quirk that seems useless into a very useful one. And the obvious Spider-Man inspirations just add more to the character and the story. Honestly, I wish he had had more of an impact on the main series beyond his cameo, but I am glad he got that at the very least. But beyond the world of My Hero, I got into so many other series like FMA, Steins Gate, Mushoku Tensei, Attack on Titan, just to name a few. I literally keep a detailed list of the series I've watched. I just enjoy getting to explore these vast new worlds, learn their histories and lore, and above all, watch these great characters live in them. I enjoy getting to know them as if they were friends, empathizing with them and their losses, and celebrating their victories. Eventually, my love of this medium and my need to improve my writing skills led me down the path of fanfiction and YouTube. Well, we called them what ifs, but same thing. I started writing them, working on them, not just for myself, but others too. I got to explore a world I had come to know and enjoy, like the one of My Hero, and look at the different possibilities it had to offer. My favorite what-ifs were the ones where I got to mix in other series lore and try to interweave it in fun and interesting ways. I think I did a pretty good job of that when I gave Deku Nometrix. You might have seen him pop up here and there. I just love the design I came up with and that my friend redrew, mixing in the plumber suit and Deku colors. I even tried to customize the aliens a bit to fit Deku's color scheme and personality better. But I spread myself too thin working on these what-ifs, working on them more and more until I felt like they just consumed too much of my life and I gave up on them. It just stopped being fun. I started doing what-ifs to learn how to write so I could make my own piece of fiction, but now I found myself with no time to work on that fiction because I was always doing what-ifs, focusing on what-ifs. It was an important part of my life, and I had to give it up. But it led me to where I am today, trying to learn animation so that I can make better stories in this medium that I love, so I can bring my fiction here. And if you've gotten this far, how about animating that like button? You could also subscribe to... Something's wrong. I think I've seen this one, and it's not just a rerun. Wait, who are you? I'm you from the next video. Ugh, there's no time to explain. You have to go back with me. Back where? Back to the past, of course. Walked right into that one, didn't I? Just get in. I'll explain on the way. But I have to tell the viewers to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Where we're going, there's no need to like and subscribe.